So here we are, 105 Silver Lake. So I was 0.6, by the way. Camera shows a dog that I've been told is friendly and kitty cat. So anyway, so this is 9-foot ceilings. You're going to see that typical in the newer construction. So this is LVP flooring. It does smell nice and clean. There are recessed lights, but I do not see a switch, which means it's probably out here in the hallway. Oh, there it goes. Yep. So anyways, nice wide hallway. Thermostat. So granite counters. This is, so what these cabinets are, it's probably a solid wood door. The cabinet itself is not solid wood. It's more of a composite pressboard cabinet, but solid wood doors, which is typical you see in this kind of construction. So enough bar seating for 4. Above mounted microwave. Just some wear in the paint on the door right there, if you see. The doggy is not happy that we're here. Backsplash. They do have some tap under cabinet lights, it looks like. And let's see. It is not a vented microwave, so it's just a recirculating fan. And they do have some pullouts. And you can just see, like, where just kind of looks like actually it's sand, and just wear from the door pulling out and hitting that. It's there. Let's see. They're not the soft closed doors and drawers, but that's an easy mechanism to add if you like it. So these are probably going to be a single hung vinyl window, which means the top sash doesn't move, the bottom sash does. It's typical in this kind of construction. Hi, puppy. I'm so sorry. I will be out soon. Little interesting details. You see when they put the crown molding in, the trim carpenter and the HVAC guy didn't talk well, because this should have been moved over a little bit more. So they did a creative kind of bump out. Just want to point that out. And I see some area expansion, contraction has with the crown, but looks in fine condition. I like the nice wide hallways. Cat door in that door, which the dilemma is, and it makes it not a fire rated door when you do that. It's a little musty, which a lot of garages do. Smell that way. There's a garage door opener. There's your electrical panel. Actually, it's probably a little stronger musty than most. You would want to put some damp raid or something in here. But it is a normal indicative in a home in Hampton Roads. We do have high humidity and high moisture here. If you're not familiar, you definitely want to research on the humidity that we have here. We have so much humidity, we have mold in our air. Sorry, puppy, I'm going to be out soon. I know, you are being so good. It's a nice cabinet. And this is like a Berber, the same thing as in the that front room. So this would not be a bedroom, because there is overhead lighting. Nice and clean smelling in here. You just see like, wear from the door hinges, but really nice and clean. And this wall color is like a bluish gray, by the way. I know sometimes it looks different in videos than it is. Water heater and your main water shutoff is in here. So you don't have a coat closet here. You'll see these things are just like nail pops, if you can see that. That's indicative of just area where, honestly, when they were building it, the drywall or mutter, they didn't come and do a perfect job of fixing this. But nail pops, you'll see them on walls, floors, ceilings. What it is, when you're building a house, they make it with the illusion that everything's there. There's another nail pop coming out. The illusion that everything's one piece. You put, and this is a different kind of carpet than downstairs. This looks a lot more worn. The other stuff downstairs you can see has not been used much, but this is builder grade carpet, and so it's just going to look worn, but I don't see stains on it or anything like that. And your second thermostat, and you just see gaps in the crown, which happens over time. It needs to be caulked and filled. You see that line there too. It does not mean anything is wrong with the house. Expansion, contraction, when things are drying out and shifting and moving. You see they had a little repair there. See a repair area there, and the crown of caulk. And just when you have these flat ceilings, you'll always see kind of spots. There's a nail pop. So anyways, what I was saying about nail pops is you're putting, let's say, 2 pieces of drywall together, nailing it, mudding it, taping it, painting it, and give the appearance as one piece. But over time, with temperature, variations, expansion, contraction, the nails are going to back its way out, and that's what you're seeing there. Same thing with a floor, right? So they have multiple pieces of plywood. Then you put the padding down, the carpet. And what happens over time, sometimes you'll hear those nails backing its way out and making those popping sounds. I just heard it. Yeah, there it goes. And that's what it is. So how to fix that, you can pull the carpet and padding back, and then you just take the nail out that's backing its way out and put screws in it, put the carpet and padding back down. Same thing with the wall, except obviously you're not going to just see areas of shadowing where they've touched up paint. I don't know if you can see that. This is a flat, feels kind of like flat paint. So the builder would have had a flat paint. They painted over it, but it doesn't. Feels like it's even flat paint still. You do have overhead recessed lighting in here, which is nice. This loft. I mean, really well maintained, really nice and clean overhead light. It would not be, they're accommodating, there's another nail pop, for a ceiling fan. You would want to have an actual brace for that. There's a nail pop. Super easy fix. You see them, honestly, it's really common in new construction. Fiberglass one-piece tub. But anyway, so it wouldn't have the bracing for a ceiling fan, just so you know. It's a nice deep closet. You can have one added, but you wouldn't want to do it without adding a brace, because if you put a ceiling fan in that ceiling and don't have it properly braced, someone one day could pull on it and the whole ceiling fan would come down. Same thing here. So no bracing for ceiling fans. The 2 switches and just paint. 2 switches. One's for a switch receptacle, and the other one is going to be for the overhead light. Just get a vantage point of your neighbors. Beside you. And I think you've heard me talk about failed thermal seal. This one has a failed thermal seal. If I haven't talked to you about it, here's a fun education that I like to provide. Is a failed thermal seal sounds scarier than it is. What it is when they make windows, they have 2 panes of glass that they seal together and fill with argon gas. And this is a lower height vanity, by the way. You can just see that the glass is the backing has come out. That happens over time sometimes. And this is more of a purpley lavender color. Tile flooring. But anyways, so they have 2 panes of glass. They fill with argon gas, and then they seal it and make it nice and clear and beautiful. This one does have the bracing for a ceiling fan, by the way. So they fill with argon gas. Over time, that seal can fail, right? And then the gas escapes. Moisture and water can get in between, make it discolored, and they call it a failed thermal seal. It still functions as window, still doing its job as a window, not letting things in or out. And the energy efficiency that it reduces is so limited you wouldn't be able to really test it. But it is something that becomes a cosmetic defect. But when you hear failed thermal seal, it really scares you like there's something wrong. So I like to mention that. So yeah, I like this nice vanity area. And this is like a sage green. So walk-in shower. 2 shower heads. So it is a glass door, but it's not like the heavy duty. This is definitely a builder grade door. And here's a second closet. And then here is the last bedroom, which has attic access. We saw another house, I think, with you, has attic access in the bedroom. I do not know why builders do that. It's so frustrating. Most likely there's really no real storage. It's more of just access for probably an HVAC system and seeing the insulation. There's probably no real storage there.